Sure. My name is Dr. David Schein. I'm a professor and associate dean at University of St. Thomas. But prior to that, and still continuing, I provide advice to businesses of all sizes, nonprofits and for-profits, about important issues in employment and human resources.
And you are an author, and you are an attorney, so got a huge background, so very excited. And I know in some of our meetings you shared some of the questions you're being asked today in the middle of our COVID-19 experience. So what are some of the questions that small or businesses have today?
Well, there's been a series of questions that I've received, and the interesting thing for me is these are not hypotheticals. These are real organizations that have called me this week or last week and said, what do we do? A couple of those situations include, do we have to accept the reason that a employee gives us for not coming to work? So a question would include, my babysitter's husband thinks he's been exposed to COVID-19. Can my employee take sick leave because her babysitter may have been exposed to COVID-19, because her husband may have been exposed to COVID-19? And part of the question there is the legitimacy of the sick leave. And as you know, President Trump signed a law on March 18th that went into effect on April 1st that provides for sick leave under very liberal circumstances. And if it's properly documented by the company, the employer, then the employer can apply to get those sick leave benefits. They pay the employee back, but the leave has to be related to COVID-19. The problem that we have right now is the Internal Revenue Service, that will be largely handling this matter, has not released final regulations saying this is the type of documentation we need. And so what we're hearing is, for the first 2 weeks, basically just documenting your internal file at your company saying, this is the reason that employee is taking sick leave because her babysitter is no longer available because of COVID, will probably work for the first couple weeks. After that, we move to an extended leave situation, and it appears, at least at the moment, that the documentation for that will need to be similar to what is required for the Family and Medical Leave Act, and there's special forms for that. So we're still waiting for final regs, but what I'm advising employers right now is to be very liberal in granting sick leave during these first 2 weeks, but certainly create internal documentation so that they can say, look, we didn't just do it. What we also don't know is, suppose somebody calls up and says, hey, I broke my leg, I fell down the stairs last night, clearly not related to COVID-19. Is this liberal leave law still going to cover that person, even though they weren't technically out sick due to COVID-19? So one of the many questions that we do not know today.
Very good. Thank you, David, very much, because this is so timely, and this is like the second or third session we've done this, and we'll keep on doing them as the news media calls it, breaking news. So when something else is announced, David, I'll get back with you, but I don't want to ever go without saying that David is the author of a book called The Decline of America, 100 Years of Leadership Failures. So get this book. It's a great book for research if you want to know more about the different presidents. Starts with Woodrow Wilson, I believe, wasn't it, David?
Woodrow Wilson through Barack Obama, and kind of an epilogue that talks about the Trump election.
Very good. So you can get this book from the website, or you can go to Amazon, and we will, so that's available on Amazon to get in either print format, ebook, or audio. No, not audio yet. We're working on the audio, getting that ready. So go get your copy today, read about the decline of America. So David, thank you again. Love all, I mean, you're just like a wealth of information, and I love being able to share that so that we can have more people find out who you are and how valuable you are through this time that we're going through right now. So thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. Take care.